And my dad was such a big personality. And I literally went everywhere with him. And wherever we happened to be, we would go, there's a snooker club there. We'll go and play there today.
Ronnie O'Sullivan is snooker's most famous player, but his journey to the top wasn't just about skill. It was a chaotic mix of family drama, personal demons, and a rebellion. His relationship with his father, Ronnie Sr., played a major role in shaping who he is today, both on and off the snooker table. Today, we're diving into the untold story of Ronnie's dad and how his absence triggered a series of wild and unpredictable events in Ronnie's life. When Ronnie was just 16, his life took a dramatic turn. His father, Ronnie Sr., was arrested and later jailed for murder after a fight in a nightclub ended with the death of Bruce Bryan, the driver for the infamous Craig brothers. Sitting in the courtroom, young Ronnie watched as his dad received a life sentence. Before being taken away, Ronnie Sr. left his son with a simple but heavy message: "Just tell my boy to win." Those words stuck, but the fallout from that day would haunt Ronnie for years.
We got the verdict through, and then obviously everyone's frantic on the phone speaking to the solicitor. What can we do now? Well, you know, what's the next steps? And then she just said, she said that, you know, as you was walking down, my dad, as he was like being carted off, he'd been sentenced, he just looked up to the woman and you get a bit emotional sometimes, isn't it?
Ronnie Sr. had been a central figure in his son's life, pushing him hard to succeed in snooker from a young age. But with his dad locked up, Ronnie struggled to cope with the pressure and found himself spiraling.
I listen to myself now and I just think, what's happened to me? I feel like I've been so hard and down on myself that I've kind of ripped out any joy that was in me.
He was thrust into the spotlight, winning tournaments and making headlines. But behind the scenes, his life was far from stable. His mother Maria was also jailed for tax evasion, leaving Ronnie virtually alone to navigate fame and fortune at a young age. While Ronnie Sr. wasn't a great role model, his son wasn't the straightest arrow either. Ronnie quickly developed a reputation for being snooker's bad boy, often making headlines for all the wrong reasons. In 1996, he assaulted a press officer, earning a suspended 2-year ban. He'd later walk out mid-match during the UK Championship quarter-final, stunning fans and cementing his reputation as a wildcard who played by his own rules.
You know, I have to do what's best for me, what makes me happy, without driving people mad about it, you know, and just make a decision and do it.
It was clear that Ronnie was acting out, perhaps as a way to deal with the pain and confusion of losing his dad to prison. Ronnie's rebellious streak didn't stop at snooker. He was known for living life on the edge, indulging in drugs and alcohol to cope with the intense pressure of his career and personal life. He often spoke openly about his struggles with addiction, admitting that he would binge on large amounts of substances. In 2000, Ronnie checked into the Priory, a well-known rehab center, to try to get his life back on track. He later described this period as one of the lowest points in his life, where he felt completely lost and overwhelmed.
What kind of got me into that was I went into a rehab, I think it was in 2000. I was having some problems with drinking and smoking a bit of dope at the time and stuff like that. And I kind of got to a point where it wasn't fun, it wasn't really giving me the release.
Despite all his troubles, Ronnie's connection with his father never completely faded. From prison, Ronnie Sr. continued to offer advice and encouragement, often calling his son to give him pep talks before important matches. But the distance and the circumstances surrounding their relationship left Ronnie with deep-seated issues. He's admitted that he would have traded all his snooker success just to have a normal family life, one without the drama, crime, and constant media scrutiny. The media often portrayed Ronnie as a villain, and he didn't do much to change that image. He was notorious for his outbursts, controversial statements, and disrespectful gestures during matches. At one point during a World Championship match, he was caught making obscene gestures on live TV. These antics only added to his bad boy persona, making him both a fan favorite and a frequent target of criticism. But Ronnie's wild behaviour wasn't just about defiance, it was a reflection of his internal battles. He has often spoken about his struggles with mental health, dealing with depression, anxiety, and the immense pressure of living up to his father's expectations. In one particularly candid moment, he admitted that fame had made his life even harder, amplifying his insecurities and pushing him further into destructive habits.
Listen, if I wanted to quit snooker, I could have found peace, man. I could have gone into some ashrams and gone to Buddhist centres and sat there on a cushion and ate vegan food and had a fantastic time, no stresses, no work, no this, ride a bicycle, but I was never going to be that person. I was too driven for my snooker.
Before we move on, please be sure to subscribe to our channel. Ronnie's impulsiveness also bled into his personal life in other ways. There's a notorious story about a one-night stand with a fan, a brief fling that stirred up controversy and raised eyebrows. This wasn't just a random encounter, it was another example of Ronnie's struggle to manage the temptations and pitfalls of fame. He often acted without thinking, a trait that defined much of his personal and professional life. His relationship with his family was equally turbulent. Ronnie has a distant relationship with his eldest daughter, Taylor Ann, from a brief relationship with Sally Magnus. Despite being in the public eye, he has rarely been a present figure in her life, and their connection remains strained to this day. This absence is another thread in the complicated tapestry of Ronnie's personal life, reflecting how his own family dynamics mirrored the difficulties he faced growing up. He later had 2 children, Lily and Ronnie Jr., with his former partner Joe Langley, and his relationship with them appears to be closer, though still far from perfect. Despite his fame and success, Ronnie struggled to maintain stable personal relationships, often letting his career and personal issues take center stage. His 10-year engagement to actress Layla Rauas ended in 2022, adding to the long list of personal setbacks that have marked his life. He has spoken about the challenges of balancing his career with his personal life, admitting that snooker often took priority, sometimes at the expense of those closest to him. While Ronnie's career achievements are undeniable, he's won multiple world championships, racked up millions in prize money, and been awarded an OBE. His story is also one of survival. He's battled his demons in the public eye, facing criticism, suspension, and even threats of disqualification. Yet, despite everything, he's remained at the top of the sport, driven by a relentless desire to win, just as his father had instructed. Ronnie's life is a tale of 2 halves: the snooker genius who dominates the table, and the troubled man who battles his inner demons. His journey is a reminder that success doesn't always equate to happiness, and that the scars of the past can shape the present in unexpected ways. Ronnie O'Sullivan is more than just a snooker champion. He's a complex figure whose life story continues to captivate and confound, both on and off the green bays. The Rocket's relationship with his dad was marked by both love and pain, and it set the stage for a life filled with contradictions. From the highest highs to the lowest lows, Ronnie O'Sullivan's story is a rollercoaster ride that's far from over. For every victory on the table, there's been a battle off it. But through it all, Ronnie remains a legend of the game, even if his path to greatness was anything but straightforward. And that's a wrap for this video. What do you want to see next about Ronnie? Let us know in the comments. For more snooker content, click on the screen right now.